YouTube, salute! I'm here with my review for the Netflix series When They See Us. Ava DuVernay is the director. Oh my God, and she did a magnificent, marvelous job. When They See Us is a 4-part series about police brutality and the injustice inflicted on 5 teenage boys in 1989. The series is based on a true story and is told from the perspective of the wrongfully incarcerated teenagers. During that time, the boys were referred to as the Central Park 5. The boys were accused of raping a white woman in the park, but when the timeline did not match up, the lead detective and fellow detective rearranged the boys' story. The detectives proceeded to then physically attack the boys and force them to retell their story the way they wanted them to. The series not only shows the effects that this case has on the boys, but it followed the headache and pain of their families. It depicted the powerlessness felt by their parents when they could not protect their children. DuVernay, she also directed Selma. If you didn't check out Selma, please check out Selma. That came out in 2014. And she also released a documentary on Netflix called The 13th, which is actually about the 13th Amendment, which shows systematic racism setup of modern day slavery known as prison. DuVernay did a great job with this film, first and foremost, directing it, the tone of the film, the characters' arcs, the way you got inside the minds of the boys, to see the 7 to 14, about 13 to 14 years, 7 to 10 to 14 years of the boys being incarcerated, wrongfully accused, lied on by this white woman. Eventually, the boys were released and exonerated of all charges, but still, you can never erase that because that's something that they have to feel and touch that hurt them more than anything. That a lot of people don't understand what goes on when it comes to dealing with the justice system. It's a hurtful feeling, man. Like, especially being a black man in America. I mean, I can't speak for all black people globally, but I know we suffer from social oppression, imperialism. But this right here touched my heart more than anything. I was happy, I was sad, I was very angry. Yes, I wanted to fight. Because I know how that feeling feels, knowing that the fact that who is in charge of the judicial system is not black people, it's primarily majority white people. So just seeing that, what they see today in America? If you're black, you did that. If you're white, you're right. And that's how it's been going on for a long time. Since slavery, since post-slavery, Jim Crow, the Black Code laws, then you can move into the civil rights, the Black Power movement, the crack epidemic in the 80s, so on and so forth. Police brutality has been going on before post-slavery. They had the overseers. Then when slavery was abolished, like I said, abolished, but it really wasn't abolished. Slavery just changed a form of name. So at that time, overseers became, slave catchers. Overseers, slave catchers to the police, police. So the way the police state is ran today is to incarcerate black and brown people. That's the way the system makes its money. It's through the prison industrial complex. And nobody can't argue or dispute that because it's the truth. That's why at a young age, the prison industrial complex works with the state to see how many illiterate black boys, brown boys too, but black and brown boys are illiterate at a 2nd, 3rd, 4th grade level. And the ones they count, those are the boys. They usually count the beds they actually built for a prison to know these boys will actually be having a bed coming into prison. So it's a school to prison pipeline. So in this case, going back to the Netflix series, you know, these 5 young boys from the age of 14 and 16 to be wrongfully accused, you know, nobody knows that feeling. From the outside looking in, it's like, oh, I feel sorry for them, or they probably did do it, or who raising them? Nobody understands that, you know, but this series is beautiful. I love Netflix, especially when it comes to documentaries. I don't watch the little mumbo jumbo BS. I like real good documentaries, and this is probably my favorite documentary since the 13th documentary, the 13th Amendment. And I've actually watched that 5 or 6 times. I actually watched the 13th Amendment for an Africana Studies course I had in graduate school. So that was actually great. And I actually watched it before, so I knew exactly what to talk about. So that fit in perfect right there. So I was very happy about that. If you check it out, please watch the 4-part series. I mean, you're gonna get emotional, you're gonna get angry, you're gonna be hurt, your stomach is gonna be very sick, excuse me. You're gonna feel like, man, I can't believe they would do something like this. But this stuff has been going on for so long. This stuff has been going on so long. Remember, this series takes place in 1989. So that's late 80s, early 90s right there. So ain't nothing has changed. It's just different characters in the game. And I'm not trying to rap or rhyme, but I'm just being honest. This thing has been going on for so long. I'm glad the 5 boys were exonerated. I'm glad they were released. But still, they have to feel that pain and agony forever. Nobody's gonna never know how that feels. They was institutionalized, you know, in a place that actually doesn't actually help them psychologically. So counseling after that does help. I mean, you never know how they're going through right now. They could be having nightmares and waking up in cold sweats, but nobody cares, you know, because my thing is, if you wrongly accuse somebody, do you care? So this system, this justice system needs to be turned down, upside down. I recommend you read Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. And it talks about mass incarceration of Black and brown boys from slavery to modern day slavery. Check that book out. Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. You would definitely have a more of an understanding about this movie and what's going forth if you're not understanding too much about the justice system, how things work for Black people. If you're Black yourself, you might have an understanding. If you don't have an understanding, that's fine. You can read about that. And if you're non-Black, or you brown, or you're non-Black or brown, you know, read Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. Look at the 13th documentary also. If you do see this Netflix series, it's on Netflix also, so you can have an understanding more about modern day slavery, about the prison industrial complex, about everything is set up by design for the failure and the destruction, and to actually exterminate Black and brown men, and how the system is actually working in the favor for the system but not for the people. This is really my review. It's a spoiler-free review because I don't want to spoil anything, and somebody might get like, oh, that's wrong. Like, why would you do that if you didn't see it yet? But please check it out. I actually had tears in my eyes in the 3rd part of the series because it reminded me when the police actually locked me up in 2012. They locked me up for something I didn't do, and I had to fight for my life. And I actually was found not guilty, and I helped with my public defender. We worked together, and we we won the case. But I know how that feels, being in jail and they treating you like trash, treating you like the bottom of the barrel, not even like a human being. You're getting treated like worse than an animal. And the only person that can help yourself is yourself, and you praying and you doing everything you can. And you could try to prevent this from ever happening again. But sometimes, like I said, wrong place at the wrong time, or it's just, they're just making their quota. Thank you for watching my review. If you're new to my channel, like I said, subscribe to my channel. I do hip hop music reactions. I do Marvel, DC news. I talk about boxing, MMA. I talk about Pan-African news. I talk about so many things. You can check out the playlist. Click the bell icon to be notified when I upload new content. I go live. You'd like to support and donate to my channel, I have Venmo, CashApp, PayPal, Streamlabs. Everything's in the description. Until next time, y'all, peace.